Hi there, Susan Winter here. Thanks for joining my channel. I am reading your video requests, and this one, it came across my desk and it really just broke my heart. It's from a young lady who fell in love, first love, and now is in the midst of her first breakup. And I don't think we ever give credence to how powerful our first love is. It is so all consuming, and we just merge into that other person in this safe, blissful, open state. As a newbie in love, there are no boundaries to separate us. We just open up totally. It's so beautiful. And for her, it is now so painful. So I'm going to read her video request. She says, Jessica writes, Hi, Susan. I'm going through my first ever breakup from a 6-year relationship. He was the first person I ever dated, and I too was his first long-time relationship. We spent our late teens to mid 20s together and experienced many firsts together. I'm sick to my stomach that he broke up with me and to think that he'll be romantically involved and intimate with anybody else. Any words of advice? Yeah, I do have words of advice. Firstly, I understand, and breakups are dismantling and horrific for everyone. But for you, you have no track record. And that's why this hurts so much. What is the saying? The first cut is the deepest. You don't have a backup plan. You haven't seen yourself go through a breakup and come out on the other side. And for all you know, in your world experience of your life, this is the love of your life, because this is all you have ever known. And the reason I wore this t-shirt is because I wanted you to know the answer is to keep the dream and replace the person. I'm not sure if you can see this, but this is why I put this on today, because you had a dream of very first love. And that is a precious, beautiful, that is a space of purity that we all pray to get back to. And those of us who've loved many times over and gone through all the vicissitudes of great relationships and great relationships going downhill and being together and having to separate and all those things in between, we have gotten our skin a little thicker. And to get back to that place of purity, of belief and openness and vulnerability, it's hard for all of us. But for you right now, all you know is you had a dream, and that person is locked into your understanding of what love is. Got nothing else. There's no other version. So whether you are watching this because you have lost your first love, or whether you are watching this and you've lost your 5th love or 20th love, it is an individual experience, and it can feel excruciating whether you've loved 1,000 times over or you've only loved once. What you know of the pain you're going through now is, first of all, you have added to that pain by already putting salt in the wound and imagining your partner was somebody new. And all the love that you wanted to continue, you imagine they're going to give to somebody else. And we all do this. We all end a relationship thinking, they're going to give everything that I gave to them to somebody else. Oh, the nice shirt I bought them, the time that I took them to the theater and they'd never been there, and the museum, or the whatever I did for her, whatever I did for him. And you keep thinking about all the things that you did, that you watched your partner grow and flourish, all your firsts. And you think, now they're going to share this with somebody else. That line of thinking will really cause heartache. Do not do it to yourself. Unnecessary hurt, you already hurt enough. But what you need to do is separate very clearly the dream from the person. The dream is the experience of being in love, of falling in love, of merging your soul with this other person. That is what you want. And you have a beautiful first template. It sounds like the relationship was great, but you will learn in time that not all relationships last forever. It's a beautiful concept, and some people can do it. But if we find that we are growing beyond the scope of the contained relationship that we are in. If something is shifting for us and there's a separation from our partner, the impulse for an individual to grow on their own will be like the plant breaking through the soil. It has to do this. You could not love your partner and deny them that expansion. And maybe, for all we know, how do we know you didn't get the very best of them? You got the pure love. You got the first relationship. You got the first long-term relationship. How do you know you didn't get the best? How do you know who this person is going to be in the future? You didn't have a couple fights? It was always perfect? Did you see them changing? Were they changing into something you kind of weren't sure about, but you just kept barreling ahead because, Jessica, you thought this is it. This is what one does. How do you know? Maybe you got the best version of them. Maybe what you imagine they're going to give the better to somebody else, they're not going to give to somebody else. How do you know that the pure love isn't the finest? You certainly got the most unguarded and natural love. So for that, you need to count your blessings. You were loved. You have loved. There are many people in this world who are in their 90s who never had that, ever. Many people in their 40s have never had it. So you're a young woman and you had this beautiful experience. You have a lovely place from which to start. Separate what you know of love. Take the good template that you experienced, sweetness, kindness, purity, honesty, whatever you had that's wonderful there, and combine that with who you want to experience now, what you want to feel now, because you've locked this guy into your one and only. And when our one and only, the one that we chose to be our one and only, is no longer available for that job, and they have vacated the position, we cannot give up hope. We simply go back to the drawing board, we edify our dream, and we replace the person. You keep the dream, you replace the person, right? So what did you not get? It has to be something. It's never just perfect. We know that. And what did you get? Keep the stuff you want, add in the stuff you didn't get. How about longevity? How about somebody that's going to want to keep growing with you and not bail on you? How about somebody that keeps their commitments and doesn't want to break up? If that's what you want, how do you know it's not available? How do you know that in this moment of great pain, you are not looking at a better future? You only know what you know. Maybe the possibility exists. Something better could possibly be right down the road, and you would have stayed in this and missed it. So trust the universe and trust the design of life. Things do have a reason, and sometimes the reason is better than anything that we can imagine. Don't limit your life, and don't limit yourself to this is the person. Keep the dream, replace the person. I hope that helps you, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you for that note. My heart just was reaching out to you. I had to do this right away. Thank you so much for that. Susan Winter for susanwinter.net. You want to chat me up, have a consultation, go to the consultation page. If you have a question for me, like Jessica, go to the contact page, go to the box underneath my agent and Lauren, go to the box that says Q&A, video requests, and perhaps I'll answer yours. Thank you, everyone.